Cincinnati football has always been a tough and rugged mindset program.
So that tough, that grit, that nastiness.
We work it!
Us against the world mentality, it's so much hype, so much energy.
Like you said, the word buzzing.
Coach Scott Satterfield is leaving the Cards for the University of Cincinnati.
Breaking news right now.
UC is officially joining the Big 12.
Looking back on it, coming into that season, high expectations to coming into the Big 12.
That season we had was unacceptable.
We're going to make it hard on purpose.
It's probably not going to be for everybody.
You can be a quitter or you can be a Bearcat, but you can't be both.
Well, I think coming into Cincinnati, we knew there was going to be a lot of challenges.
When I heard we were getting Sat, I got excited because Sat recruited me out of high school, and then I was always interested in him as a coach, and then we kind of got reunited.
They can go with anybody. I don't care group of five. I don't care power five. Just watch them.
The biggest win in the history of Cincinnati football.
We knew we were going to have to come in, put a lot of hard work into it, and really have to learn a lot on the job last year about what we have to do in order to compete in this conference.
Cincinnati football has always been a tough and rugged mindset program.
Since day one I came in, it was always tough and nasty, Clifton style. It's always hard to win in Nippert Stadium. When teams come in here, it's going to be loud, physical.
It's so much hype, so much energy. When they pan it to the students in the end zone, they're all going crazy. Particularly like those blackouts that you would see on TV, and there's just a ton of energy.
Hey, we done said all we need to say. We done said all we need to say. Let's go out here and play the fastest you can possibly play, and you hit them in the mouth the whole game, and play for your brothers beside you. Leave it all out on the field, everything that you do.
Looking back on it, coming into that season, a lot of high hopes, a lot of high expectations to coming into the Big 12. And we started out the year with 2 wins, and you're thinking pretty good. You go on the road, beat a good Pitt team, and everything's riding high. And then all of a sudden, you're playing Miami, a team coming in here that's been a rival game for, years.
The longest standing non-conference football rivalry.
And, a team that's right down the road from us. And, we end up losing in overtime.
Here at Nippert Stadium, it comes down to this play. In the first overtime, Jones, patient, throws, intercepted. Miami has snapped the skid.
I would say the Miami, Ohio loss hit me very hard and it hit me deep inside to the point I didn't realize we really lost the next day. So that's one game I'm looking forward to, just because how big the rivalry is.
And you're facing that adversity, and how are we going to be able to come out of that? And I thought, it's a lot of things that we didn't do well, trying to come out of that adversity. And then we lost some close games along the way.
3rd down and 4. Jones standing tall, flips it, and it's intercepted. And this is going to go back to the house for a
1 possession games, 2-point game here, a 4-point game there. Games that could have went our way.
Yeah, that's a good pull, but Smith has it popped out of his arms, picked up, scooped, and scored.
Talking about changing the dynamics of this game.
And we just didn't get over the hump and were able to win those games. And I think several reasons come out from that. I think discipline. We were very undisciplined in some of those games.
Cincinnati, who are you as a team? I know Scott Satterfield's like, what's the personality of my team?
This is a different team trying to find their way. You're going to have some ups and downs.
But we did learn a lot about our team. We learned a lot about our players, of who can fight through adversity and who really didn't do a good job with that. I think, and that's one of the things as we went through this offseason, to try to figure out, we want the guys that can fight through adversity, because we know we're going to face that. And no matter what, in this sport, in this conference, these games come down to the very end, and it's the teams that have that fortitude, that fight, that grit that will get you over the hump to win those games. And I think that was one of the main emphasis as we head into the offseason of finding those type of players that can fight through that adversity.
That season we had was unacceptable, and we gonna do better.
All right, man. Man, welcome back. Welcome back. Glad everybody's decided to be back here. To those of you sitting in the room, we got a bunch of guys that obviously on the team from last year. And then we got a bunch of guys that just got here, and we're excited about everybody that's in this room.
And when you say recruiting, it used to mean high school players. That's not the case anymore. When we talk about recruiting, number one, we're starting out with our own team and our own players. All right, we're recruiting our players again, the ones that we want to be a part of our team. The ones that have that fight, that toughness, that grit, that stand for the right things, that do the things off the field and also on the field. And so, we really zeroed in on those type guys. The Corleones, the Corey Connors, the Praters, the Gerhardts, the Kendras, the Dingles. The guys that really do things right.
My reason for coming back to Cincinnati is because this is my home. I want to be a winner in my city. I don't want to leave my city as a loser. I want to give my city back everything that it's given me, and that's love, success, and it's time, quality.
My reason for coming back, one is my mom, someone who always cherished me, watching me play football. Second is to coach him, challenged me from day one. Coach Sat, right to the coaching staff, just always took me and cherished me and just make me a better man off and on the field. And third, especially third, is the city, the fan base, just showing me love throughout my NIL success or just success in general. They just gonna show me love no matter what.
I feel like we got a great group of men in this room, a great group of men that can go out and do some great things. Because I truly believe that we were not that far off last year. All right, the record doesn't indicate that, but we were not that far off. A couple plays here or there, a couple decisions here or there, by coaches, by players, by all the things how we carry ourselves is going to make the difference. Coach Nico and I have gone over this off-season program, the stuff that you guys are getting ready to look at a little bit here tonight. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for all of us.
One of your most important hires is the strength coach. He's around our guys more than any other coach, any other person in the building. They're literally almost every day over in the weight room doing something, whether it's training with Nico or they're coming in to train on their own. He's going to be around. So, I think that's an extremely important hire. And I, reached out to several different people about, give me some names, that's out there in the strength world that do an outstanding job. He was one of the names that kept popping up.
So originally I'm from Metro Detroit. I grew up about 25 minutes west of the city. Great place to grow up, great family, tough kind of blue collar mentality family. Very, very blessed, great upbringing, went to Catholic high school. From there, I went to Michigan State University. I played fullback there, which was a blessing in itself because I was, I think, the last of the Mohicans. I might have literally killed that position. I think it no longer existed after I was done with it. But enjoyed my time there. When I was a senior, my career was cut short. I injured my neck. So from there, I was fortunate enough to move into the weight room, where I served as a student intern for the Rose Bowl winning Michigan State Spartan 2013 team. And then from there, went on to be a GA.
I'm very excited because two reasons, really. Number one is I'm excited for who's in these freaking chairs, who's in this room right here. We all know that really this team looked very different 5 weeks ago, okay? So the guys that are in this room right now, I'm so excited to work with.
One word to describe Coach Nico is energetic.
If I were to describe Coach Nico in one word, it would be energy.
Contagious, I think would be the one word that I would describe Nico with. He brings such a great energy and intensity. His approach, for all those things that you want to be around that guy. You want to be there, right there with him, and whatever he is, trying to get guys to do, you want to be there to help to get the guys to be able to do that. I think as a player, as a coach, you want to be around those type guys. I think that's just a great leadership quality. that he has and able to grab a bunch of people and get them to go this direction.
The winter program that we're all about to go through is going to build the foundation for our success. Coach Shad already said it. Our goal is to win a Big 12 championship. That is our freaking goal. And the people in this room and the program that we are going to undertake together, that's the start, baby.
You have to understand that, and I told our guys this, you have to understand that every single program is working very hard, and every program has the same goals. Really, their goals are to win a conference championship, make the playoffs, and hopefully win a national championship. That's every program's goals. And our question is, well, what's going to separate us? What's going to separate us from everyone else's goals? And there's really two things. Number one is the demanding nature of our program. And so we needed to push our training threshold to another level. And yes, training in itself is hard, but also it's the mental consistency day after day.
The strong shall reign. That's our motto. That's our theme. That is our theme of this winter. Okay? And really why? Why? Because the expectation is that we are winners. And to be a freaking winner here, we have to go through suffering together. So what we did last year isn't going to work. So like we talked about, we're raising that standard and we're going to be accountable to that freaking standard. And that standard's going to be really, really high. The highest of anything I've ever been a part of. This offseason is going to be the most demanding thing I've ever seen in my career. So in 12 years, it's going to be the most demanding thing. And it needs to be. It needs to demand that from everybody. We all have to buy into it. Because when we make it to the other side of that program with the guys we have in this room, we will reign.
What we want to do is stress our guys to a point where they're going to question themselves, do I really want to do this or not? And is this really worth it? And we hope the answer will be yes, and then we'll continue on. If in order to get to that point, it has to be extremely difficult. And when we say difficult, it's not just the physical aspect of being more difficult. It is the accountability and the discipline that can be difficult.
What are we going to do different? Are we going to hold that standard high and get it to the other side? And if we can do that, I think we are deserving to be Big 12 champions. We've earned it. And then we just got to do it. Now, in regards to the board, the strong shall frickin' reign. This will be up until the thing just burns into this board. The strong shall reign. We covered that yesterday. Phase 1 is buds, Bearcat under development. So this is a transition week. And in this week, we are earning the CPAL. Okay, we're going to harp on this a lot. It is a privilege to be here. It is a privilege to have a CPAL on your helmet, on your shirt, and we will train that way.
Let's go. Let's go.
I'm pushing you to the point where there's conflict. And when there is conflict, how do we respond? How do we listen to one another? How do we freaking resolve those conflicts in order to win games? That's our goal.
I met with every player. So the first 2 weeks was a one-on-one meeting, and every single player noted how different this team feels. So it's palpable. What excites me most is the seriousness of this group, is the focus of this group. And almost every single player I met with stated that their goal is to return us to our winning expectations.
My expectation this season is just stepping up, being an overall leader, a better leader, being more vocal.
Importantly, bro, somebody failing, bro, pick up, don't take them down, keep them up. Let's go, work on 3, 1, 2, 3, work!
I'm just gonna take that challenge head on and just keeping our team together, win, lose, or draw, and just fight as a brotherhood.
Coming into this season, we got a lot of high expectations, I know, as coaches and as players. The things that we went through in the winter, the things that we're gonna go through this summer are gonna prepare us for that fight that we're gonna have in the fall. These games are gonna come down to the fourth quarter. Who are gonna be able to make those plays in the fourth quarter? Who's got that fortitude and that grit and that toughness the proper attitude, that's going to play with some great effort in order to win these games in the fourth quarter. That's got to be the Bearcats. But you got to go out and you got to stay in the moment. You got to stay poised, and you got to continue with that fight and that toughness that we're going to be known for.